So today I want to touch on mindset when it comes to training in your 50s. So if you're like me in your 50s and you're looking to get back in the gym, or you're thinking about getting back in the gym, which I hope you are, or other types of exercise, I just wanted to discuss really just like 3 changes you might have to, maybe 3 or 4 changes you're gonna have to think about from a mindset perspective. This is what I've found since I got seriously back into my training about 18 months ago, after a few years of really not doing a lot due to certain problems with my back and other things going on. So let's get into it. Obviously the main thing I've found out in my 50s now really is that I just can't compare anyone. I have to do me, is what I'm trying to say. When I go in the gym, I can't compare what I'm doing to what everyone else is doing, especially in the gym. In the gym I go, most of the people in there are in their 20s and 30s, so they're 20, 30 years younger than me. And I'm looking around there, and I get caught up in what they're doing, and I can't, I have to do for me. My circumstances are unique to me. I need to train a certain way for my body as it is at the moment. So I've had to learn that I just can't get caught up in that sort of comparison and thinking, oh, I want to look like that. These guys they're getting better results than me, they're getting quicker results than me. Well, they will do, because in the 20s and the 30s. And that'll allude to another point that I'll touch on in a minute. But so the first thing I'm trying to say is when you do start, when you've got to just focus on you and what you need to do, and not worry about what anyone else is doing. Just focus on this is me. This is what I need to do now. The second shift, the mindset shift that I've thought about, and again, I think that ties into that last one, is really about the ego and understanding. When you're in the gym now or training, especially like and it can be a bit embarrassing, should we say, when you can't do what you used to be able to do. It can be frustrating. So, and your ego gets, you think, oh, I can't believe I can't do what I used to do, and you push to it. And I got into this, and I tried pushing back heavier weights, doing more intensity, and my body would just break down, just wouldn't like it. So I just had to realise that I just can't do what I used to do in my 20s and 30s. And that's just it. That's the way it is. I mean, I remember when I literally got back in the gym about 18 months ago, and I literally had to reset to weights that I was doing when I first started in my teens, early 20s. Really small weights. I remember doing like some squats, and there's a girl next to me, like 18, 19, 20, who was squatting heavier than me, and I felt so embarrassed, but I just had to accept I couldn't do any heavier. I just wouldn't, my body wouldn't let me. So it's just something you're going to have to accept. And I hope, I hope for you it's not the same. I hope you can go back in and really, train like you want to. But I think for the majority of us that in the 50s and 60s, you're going to have to put your ego aside for a little bit and do what you can. Obviously you're going to build up, and like for me now, I'm 18 months in and I'm lifting weights that are almost the same as when I was lifting in my 20s and 30s. It's taken 18 months to get to that point, but I've got there. Not every single exercise, but just a few. So it can be done. But I say in the beginning, you just need to think about just not overdoing it, not getting caught in the ego, and because what it'll do is it'll just lead to you having issues. You'll overtrain, you'll just do too much, you'll get an injury, and then you've got a setback, and then that knackers the whole thing up. I'm going to turn around now. So the third shift that I've noticed again is patience. You've just got to have patience now. It's probably going to take longer than you imagine or wanted to get back to where you want to be. As I say now, I've been training 18 months, maybe nearly closer to 2 years actually, if I think about it, excuse me. And I'm nowhere near where I thought I would be in terms of my physique and the way I look. Nowhere near, but I'm a lot better than I was 2 years ago. but just, you know, the progress is a lot slower. And that, again, that's my unique set of circumstances. Obviously, if my body was stronger in certain areas, I probably would be able to push harder. And if I'm honest, I've probably been not as disciplined in other areas that would have contributed to that as well. So it's not just all about the gym as such, but yeah, I do think, you know, if you have to embrace this time, like, embrace that longevity. Like, I'm getting this for the long haul. This is a lifestyle choice now. This is not just me for the next 3 months. Obviously, you can get into that, you know, you can get results in the next 3 months. There's no two ways about it. But I think, you know, for a transformative sort of approach, you know, it's you're going to have to think more longer term. And for me now, this is just a lifestyle choice. It always has been, to be honest, but from now on till whenever, however long I've got on this beautiful world, that's me. I'm done. I'm in. I'm all in. And the final one, really, again, is really embracing consistency. Now, we all talk about consistency. We know consistency. You know, you need consistency, whatever age, to get results. But it's just so much more important now as you get older. You can't get away with anything. You can't get away with missing workouts. You can't get away with eating shit diet. You can't get away with going on the piss 2-3 nights a week. You can't get away with late nights and just generally not looking after yourself. You have to do the whole package. You have to do everything. It has to be consistent. It has to be on track. And once you get that all lined up and all synchronized, then you start to see things progress a lot faster. But if you've got one thing missing out of this, this whole lifestyle, it just slows everything down. It just slows everything down, and it just doesn't work. You could say in your 20s or 30s, you can blag it. You can blag a diet that's a bit, you know, that's not great. You can go out the weekends and get away with it, but unfortunately, no, not anymore. And I think you have to get your head around that. You know, this is a lifestyle, and I'm gonna have to be all in. There's no like 80% in, 70%. You are 100% in. Anyway, guys, love to know your thoughts on this. Any insights you can share, I'd be really appreciative of. So drop us a comment about that, and obviously if you like the content I'm putting out, let me know, and subscribe, share, and, you know, do all the other good stuff that'll help us along. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.